I want to become a teacher because I want to be at the core and the very foundation of each and every child.
Welcome to the Stellenbosch University and the Faculty of Education.
At Stellenbosch University, students do not only learn theory, but they have an opportunity to apply this theoretical knowledge in relevant practical settings.
Ek studeer opvoedkunde omdat ek ongelooflik passievol is en lief is vir kinders. En ek sien definitief die nood in ons land raak vir goeie gehalte onderrig of goeie gehalte onderrig in skole en goeie gehalte onderwysers.
Whether you're studying a postgraduate or undergraduate degree in the Faculty of Education at Stellenbosch, you will have access to top-class lecturers who help you to do your research and to learn how to be the best educator you can be.
A good teacher definitely needs to be hardworking and a people's person, because you will be dealing with lots of different personalities every day.
So you need to be prepared to deal with each learner in a different manner, and in a caring manner and a passionate manner.
The content we draw on in our programs is scientifically based. In fact, we use scientific evidence to inform the content which students will be confronted with in their learning whilst registered for our program.
The faculty is comprised of four departments: the Department of Curriculum Studies, Department of Educational Policy Studies, and the Department of Educational Psychology, and SUNSEP.
In the Faculty of Education, we have a dedicated education library where librarians can assist you with both research projects as well as assignments through the day-to-day in order for you to find the most relevant information that helps you to succeed during your program.
After doing research, I decided that Stellenbosch University offers a great program which includes aspects such as practical and theory work, which will help me build my aspirations of becoming the best teacher that I can be.
Our graduates are equipped with 21st century skills such as creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, communication, and so forth.
Behalwe vir die feit dat Stellenbosch so ongelooflik mooi is, het ek besluit om hier te kom studeer omdat dit vir jou die volle studenteervaring gee, as ook goeie gehalte onderrig. Dit is inklusief, jy ontmoet soveel verskillende mense van reg oor die wêreld.
Whether through research or in class, your lecturers will encourage you to develop your own ideas and to add your voice to the most pressing educational issues in the country.
We pride ourselves of producing graduates who are globally competent and locally relevant.
Be sure to bring all of who you are, your own lived experience, and bring that into your teaching, because that's the best teacher that you can be.
Hello, my name is Delisha Davids and I am a part-time lecturer in the Department of Curriculum Studies, and I will be your host for this event. I have the privilege of introducing you to staff and students who will share information and experiences with you and your parents as you prepare for life at university. First, we will have our Vice Dean Teaching and Learning, Professor Michael Likudier, who will give an overview of our faculty and share some insights on the importance of education and teachers in our society.
Goeiedag, Moleni Sawubona. Good afternoon to you all. Congratulations on your provisional selection to come and study at Stellenbosch University. I believe congratulations are in order because your selection is based on your hard work at school. Here at Stellenbosch University, we pride ourselves as a leading research-intensive education faculty, recognized nationally and globally for being excellent, inclusive, and innovative. In the education faculty, we, as the rest of the university, aspires to deliver excellent teaching and learning based on sound research that will have a positive social impact on our environment. We aim to promote high-quality research into key educational issues, on educational issues in South African context. We want to position Stellenbosch University as the leading university in education on the African continent. Our Faculty of Education has a clear development role in the country. Our faculty produce teachers, educators, educational workers, psychologists, researchers, all of which work at various educational colleges, institutions, schools and universities, and even in government. Our faculty also produces a stock of knowledge that speaks to and addresses the educational complexity of our country. Dis hoekom ons so verheug is dat jy en baie ander jong mense by ons fakulteit 'n loopbaan in die onderwys wil begin. Ons glo dat opvoedkunde en onderwys is sentraal in ons soeke na oplossings vir ons land se komplekse situasie. En onderwysers, glo ons, kan 'n belangrike verskil maak in die lewens van ons land en sy mense. Juis omdat julle so 'n geweldige impak kan hê op jong mense. Ons glo dat om onderwysers op te lei, sal die jeug nie net bemagtig met akademiese kennis nie, maar ook met die vaardighede beklee wat so nodig is vir die 21ste eeu. Die tegnologie en alles wat dit bied, is maar een daarvan. Laastens is dit ons wens om onderwysers aan die land te bied wat uitnemendheid voorstel, wat 'n passie het vir die kinders en onderwys, wat respek afdwing by hul kollegas, die publiek en bovenal by die kinders. Dit is waardes wat van belang is vir ons jeug se emosionele ontwikkeling. Dit is die waardes wat uiteindelik 'n werklike verskil gaan maak, nie net aan hulle lewens nie, maar ook in Suid-Afrika as 'n geheel 'n beter plek sal maak vir almal van ons wat so lief is vir ons land. We are looking forward to your contribution to this important goal of ours. Welcome to the Mati campus. Wamkilikili. Welkom in Matiland.
Thank you, Prof. Likadio, for that reminder and vision for education in our country. We will now hear from two students who are first years during an interview. With me, I have two first-year students in the Faculty of Education. Amanda and Bridget, welcome. Thank you for joining me. They'll be reflecting on their journey as first-year students. Bridget, please tell me a little bit about yourself and why you chose the Faculty of Education.
Ever since I was a little girl, I just can imagine the deep-rooted calling that was really within me just to be a teacher. And honestly, I cannot even imagine a better place just to study and just to really cultivate that deep-rooted calling that I have to be an educator.
Thank you. Amanda?
Hello, I'm Amanda Zuma. I'm a first-year student in 2022, and I reside in Res, Narina Ladies Residence. And only until 3 years ago, I knew that I wanted to become a teacher because of my little nephew, who I adore very, very much, and my sister, who also is a foundation teacher herself, who just pushed me into the world of teaching. And I chose Stellenbosch because Stellenbosch is known to be a prestigious university, giving opportunities to each and all of its students. And as well because it gives an inclusive, community-bred environment where it will allow me to grow and allow me to meet people that I may relate to.
So Amanda, you mentioned that you live in a university residence. So take us through a typical day on campus for you.
Okay, so we'd have mentors and NCCs who would help you through your journey, and their doors are always open if you need something. And I feel like living in Res gives me a better opportunity and an experience of being a full student in Stellenbosch University. So it's actually a really nice experience, and I would recommend it to a lot of people.
Thank you. Bridget, you commute to campus daily. How did that influence your first year, and what are some of the strategies that you use to overcome some of those challenges?
One of the things I can positively say is that I really experienced the best of both worlds. So I got to experience mom's cooking and the freedom and independence that university just brings you. And one thing that has really just struck me so much about Stellenbosch is just the fact that my faculty has been so inclusive with regards to having and giving these opportunities to me where I can make life as a student who commutes every day just so easy and so integrated within my faculty. I really feel like I haven't been robbed at all, and it has just been an amazing experience.
Wonderful. As you can see, there are different ways to live on campus and to experience campus life. Now, for both of you, and perhaps we'll start with Bridget this time and then we end off with Amanda, please share one highlight that you've experienced this year as part of the faculty's academic project.
One thing that has just been a highlight within my experience here as a first year is just the fact that there has never been a lecturer or a lecture that I've attended where I've actually questioned why am I studying what I'm studying. The lecturers are just so phenomenal with regards to their passion for teaching and their passion for learning and their passion to make us the best educators that we can possibly be. And there hasn't been a day where I've suddenly sat at home and been, why am I studying education? They just have such a passion and it's just inherently just reflected onto me and I just can't imagine a better place to be here.
Thanks, Amanda.
I think I also have to agree with Bridget here. The lecturers care for you and they remind me and make me realize why I chose education and why I'm studying in Stellenbosch. And I also hope it's going to be the exact same experience for everyone that's going to be in Stellenbosch next year. So I don't think I have a highlight. I think that's just a general overview of my first year experience.
Thank you. And I hope that now that you've heard from our first year students, that you can think about where to live on campus while you're busy studying, but also to immerse yourself in all of the activities, both academic as well as out of classroom experiences, so that you can truly become a well-rounded teacher. Thank you to both our first year students. I hope they have given you some insight into what you can expect as a newcomer at our faculty. Now, many students have questions regarding the use of language in class. Here to tell us more is Dr. Kudzai Terisai, a social sciences lecturer in our faculty.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to the Faculty of Education. Central to the journey that you are about to embark on in the Faculty of Education is an appreciation of the role of language in learning. In our faculty, we promote inclusion through the use of multiple languages. While others view language as a threat to inclusion, we see the use of multiple languages as an opportunity to promote inclusion. We also see the use of multiple languages as an opportunity to celebrate our diversity and diverse backgrounds. With this in mind, we therefore position language at the epicenter of our learning. Some might be asking, which language am I talking about? English, Afrikaans, and isiXhosa are promoted as academic languages as far as possible. The faculty prides itself as the home of innovative mobile app known as MobileX. And during your orientation, you're going to familiarize yourself with this mobile app. And MobileX is a subject-specific dictionary which promotes translations, definitions in Afrikaans, English, and isiXhosa to help students and staff to navigate the language terrain. The app is available for download from the App Store, and it is also free. That means you can install it on any smartphone. As a faculty, we are also guided by the language policy of the university. The policy regulates, manages, and governs language use in all aspects of the institution. The three foundational principles of the language policy determine that Stellenbosch University regards the use of multiple languages as a resource. It also broadens access and enhances success. The policy also facilitates pedagogical sound learning and teaching. Essentially, the faculty does not only offer an opportunity to complete a qualification, but it also provides a great opportunity to learn a new language. Finally, let me wish you all the best in your final year exams. As you sit for your exams, let the exciting future that awaits you at Stellenbosch University motivate you to excel. I'm looking forward to seeing you on campus in 2023. Thank you. Bye, Danki. Enkosi kakhulu. Ngiyabonga. Ndatenda.
Enkosi, Dr. Terisai. As you have heard, part of our mission is for you to become well-rounded, multilingual teachers who can appreciate and use language as a way to connect with the learners in your future classroom. And while the theory and concepts you will learn in the classroom are important, our curriculum and social impact initiatives are geared to developing you as a holistic person and educator. Dr. Alzaan Ringquest, a lecturer in the Department of Education Policy Studies and founder of Teacher Calm, tells us more.
I'm Dr. Alzaan Ringquest, a lecturer in the Department Education Policy Studies at the Faculty of Education. Firstly, congratulations on your acceptance to the B.Ed course. You have made a brave choice in deciding to join the teaching force. As one of the 3 departments within the faculty, this department's teaching and research efforts focus on sociology of education, education policy management and leadership, and philosophy of education. Our aim is to critically engage with current educational dilemmas within the South African context, but also more broadly within our continent as we consider global trends in education and local classroom, teaching and learning realities. Teaching is a demanding task, one that should not be underestimated, especially considering the devastating impact of the pandemic and the technological advances related to the 4th Industrial Revolution. We unpack these topics in our class through our critical engagements in lectures and with literature. We work with theories, research and findings of leading academics locally and internationally to better understand our contextual realities. Importantly, we search for socially just responses to current educational dilemmas through the collaborative efforts of students, academic staff, schools, and field experts. In a third-year module, Sociology of Education, that I currently lecture, one of the assessments challenges students to work in groups to develop a social impact project as response to current dilemmas found in South African schools and classrooms. One project initiated by a group of students based on their group work assessment in 2021 was further developed in collaboration with academic staff members. This social impact initiative, now called Teacher Calm, focuses on supporting the holistic well-being of teachers both inside and outside of the classroom. Teacher Calm coordinated and hosted various pilot activities during 2022 in collaboration with Marty's alumni. These activities included an interactive workshops, community building activities among teachers from diverse contexts, a teacher wellness retreat, and an online therapeutic support group. Another example of education students' responses to their coursework is a newly founded podcast series where students are taking ownership and facilitating conversations dealing with hot topics in education. With all that said, we are eagerly awaiting your arrival on campus and to engage with you and your journey to becoming a socially responsive teacher. Thank you.
As you can see, your development happens at various levels in our faculty. One of the highlights and critical parts of the B.Ed program is gaining experience in real-life classrooms and through simulated experiences such as micro-teaching in order for you to practice becoming a socially responsive teacher. Take a look at our pre-service teachers in action during micro-teaching this year.
Good morning, grade 4s. How are you guys doing today?
So today we're going to be discussing solids, liquids and gases.
Luckily it's Friday tomorrow, and then we have a nice weekend.
Probably not a good idea.
It's not, no. It's worse. What is in Aiden's bag? Is it a solid, a liquid, or gas?
Tina? En wat kry jy nou?
And Ryan's bag? What do we have in Ryan's bag?
Die hakies gegee vir jou aanleiding dat dit die groep waar die getal in behoort.
How many of you like jelly? You like jelly?
Sodat jy kan weet.
Solid?
That's three.
In my little bottle? Aiden, evaporation.
529.
What do all of these processes have in common?
That for me is actually, which made the lesson because it stimulated them to think on a higher cognitive level.
Now, to tell us more about their experiences across the B.Ed program are students who are currently in their third year and who are currently in their final week of teaching practice at schools across the country. Before we jump into the questions, let's have a round of introductions, starting with you, William.
Ek is William Suzu en ek is 'n derde jaar B.Ed intermediêre fase student en ek is ook tans verkies tot die SR as die visievoorsitter van die studenteraad.
Hi, I'm Chloe May-Loubser and I am the incoming Vice Chair for the ESC. My subject specializations are maths, English and life skills.
Cool. Hi, I'm Michaela Chetty. I'm also a third-year Bachelor of Education major, intermediate phase as well, and I'm the Vice Prom of Lydia.
Thank you. We have some important students here with us today. Michaela, you're all currently completing your teaching practice at various schools in the country. In your opinion, why do you think it's important to have teaching practice as part of the B.Ed program?
What I find so great about it is that it brings the lectures that we attend to life. It gives the opportunity for us to apply the teaching skills that we've learned in a very realistic setting. And another one of my favorite things is that we get to really see what we're walking into once we qualify. It brings that deep enrichment. But my favorite thing about my teaching practice is that I don't only learn like teaching skills, teaching toolkit development, my interpersonal skills develop, my real world skills, time management, balance. And I think that's one of my favorite parts about this degree. It's not we sit at lectures the whole year. It's we get to apply and gain these beautiful skills with other people and in relationship with other people.
Thanks, Michaela. You mentioned time management, interpersonal skills, something which most students in general struggle with. So, Chloe May, you've been the class representative for 2 years, going on the 3rd year now. What are some of the challenges that you know about that you and your fellow students have experienced? And also, how have you been able to overcome that over the course of your degree?
In my experience, specifically pertaining to first-year students, struggles and problems that I have encountered include navigating SunLearn and establishing the class timetable. Now, as first years during the COVID pandemic, I'm sure my colleagues here can attest to it. It was really a tough time and there wasn't much support. And so what we did was we screen recorded the SunLearn platform to see where we can find the information, and we also did a class timetable for the exams. We also made the exam timetable as a wallpaper for easy access on our cell phones, and we also made use of the WhatsApp groups for the specific modules to ask questions whenever we had questions or whenever we were uncertain. The university also offers a really cool app called Timetable, which helps you to keep track of your busy class schedule. Additionally, mental health awareness has become a lot more prominent over the past few years, and thankfully so. And the university offers an extensive range of mental health services, which is hosted or given by the Center for Student Counseling. And it's free services. You have online sessions with a psychologist. There are also many students on campus and support groups that you can attend. And yeah, we really are thankful for a really amazing support system on campus that really aids to our students and makes sure that they are supported and that their time during university is a healthy one.
Absolutely, thank you. So speaking of student support, we go to student representation. William, you mentioned in your introduction that you were just elected as the vice chairperson of the SRC, which is our Student Representative Council. So thinking about all of the responsibilities that comes with such a big portfolio and leadership position, how do you balance all of your academic demands as well as these leadership opportunities on campus?
So sedert my eerste jaar was ek al reeds by verskeie goedjies betrokke op kampus en die mate ons universiteitsstudentekoerant was ek nogals heel wat betrokke en juis al in my eerste jaar moes ek daai gesprek met myself hê dat jy het eintlik gekom na die universiteit toe vir jou studies, so ek moes toe myself net herinner dat die primêre rede hoekom ek hierna toe gekom het was vir my studies om op die einde van die dag my drome te bereik en daai droom is om uit my omstandighede uit te reik en dan terselfdertyd onderwyser te kom of te bekom in die gemeenskap waar ek juist dan ook groot geword het. So sedertdien het ek myself gesê dat die kern van wat en hoekom ek hier is my studies en alles rondom dit is alles rondom dit. So ek het juist dan nou seker gemaak dat ek beplan alles rondom my studies om seker te maak dat ek nie 'n sinkende sip op die einde van die dag raak wanneer dit kom by die akademie nie, want alhoewel die skills of die vaardighede wat jy leer in die co-curricular spasies nie vir jou al die nodige vaardighede leer soos byvoorbeeld konflikbestuur of die emosionele intelligensie of hoe gaan jy te werk met verskillende persoonlikhede nie. Ek dink ek is tog belangrik, maar terselfdertyd is dit ook krities vir jou om te dink dat die akademie gaan jou help om te kom daar wat jy wil wees, maar die co-curricular activities gaan jou ook soort van help om daai extra skills aan te leer. So wanneer jy in die praktyk kom, het jy nie net daai vaardighede in terme van hoe om 'n onderwyser byvoorbeeld te wees nie, maar ook hoe om daai eksterne goed te hanteer, soos byvoorbeeld verskeie mense se persoonlikhede en hoe hulle sekere goed doen. So ek dink daai is nogals baie interessant. Maar ek dink dit is belangrik om te beplan en te skeduleer en dat jy weet waar jy is in soort van jou akademie en waar die ander goed gaan inpas.
En woonklasse by. Absoluut. William, ek dink jy beklemtoon regtig net die passie en eintlik die visie wat jy moet hê as jy enige graad eintlik doen, maar spesifiek opvoedkunde. Michaela, from your point of view, what constantly keeps you motivated? And what would you say a teacher for next year should bring with them to campus from their home life that will help them succeed?
So the thing that keeps me motivated, especially during my teaching pracs, is the kids. 100% the kids. School, the schedule gets tiring, classes get tiring, but when you interact with them and when you sincerely try to build a relationship with them, you feel the benefits, and that's one of the biggest things for me. What I would say, if you're going to bring anything from home, is to bring a sense of open-mindedness. Campus is enjoyable, and you will meet a great variety of different people. And when you bring that open-mindedness, I think you bring your authentic self with it, and that's how you gain the best interaction, in my opinion. That's what I'm going with.
Absolutely, and I can attest to that. All three of you are in my class, and I enjoy you thoroughly. Speaking of class, so Chloe May, you are one of the students that generally, engage quite actively in class. What would you say is the importance of such engagement with students and lecturers as part of the academic journey?
I think you're highlighting a very important part there. It's about being, and what Michaela also said about being open-minded, and what William said about making the most of your academic journey. And it is important to have the co-curricular things it is, but to go to class, to attend class, to really be engaged in the activities and the lectures, that is what really is going to get you somewhere. Because yes, again, it's nice to go to the different coffee shops around campus and hang out with your friends. But at the end of the day, even if you're just sitting in the lecture hall and you're not really engaging with that content, you're not going to learn. So it is your responsibility at the end of the day, and it is up to you that determines how much you learn from university and that which you gain. Being a class representative, I often have to bridge the gap between students and lecture and the communication between. And I really think that it is very important for students to remember that lecturers are just people. They're not up there and way too far to come by. They care, they're there to help you and to help you become the best academic that you can be. And yeah, I think that is what is important, is just students, don't be intimidated. Go to your lecturer, go to your class rep if you really don't know what to do, and learn from your lecturers because they're there to teach you.
Thank you, Chloe May. I promise they're not getting extra marks for assignments. William, I'm going to give you the last word. Why do you think pre-service teachers who have been conditionally accepted should choose Stellenbosch University's Faculty of Education?
Wow. Ek dink almal het dit reeds genoem in terme nommer 1 die tipe ondersteuning wat daar is vir jou as 'n student wanneer jy na die spasie toe kom. So nie net jou akademiese ondersteuning vir wanneer dit dalk bietjie rof gaan nie. Die feit dat dosente is oop om vir jou daai ekstra myl te stap om seker te maak jy verstaan die inhoud, jy verstaan die program. En ek dink ook die tipe guidelines wat vir jou reeds gegee word nog voordat jy die klaskamer betree, gee jou daai spasie om al vooruit te dink oor wat gaan kom in terme ook van byvoorbeeld die timetables wat available is. Dit gee vir jou daai geleentheid om al vooruit ook te beplan. Die geestesgesondheid ondersteuning wat daar beskikbaar is, ek weet deesdae op kampus gaan dit nogals rof in terme van hoe ons voel emosioneel en hoe ons voel in die spasies. Ek dink daai tipe ondersteuning is daar beskikbaar en dit is actually baie goed en dit word goed bestuur. So ek dink jy gaan nie bekommerd wees in terme van wat as ek begin swaar of sukkel kry nie. Die strukture in terme van klasreps, primarius by koshuise of jou studenteraad wat daar is om seker te maak jy vind jouself goed in die spasie en jy weet waar om te gaan. Die kanale is die ondersteuning nodig het. Ek dink daar is ook 'n goeie been. En dan derdens die kurrikulum wat aangebied word in die fakulteit. Ons het top kwaliteit dosente in die spasie wat jou kan help om seker te maak jy bereik op die einde van die dag jou drome.
Julle baie dankie. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you are having to head off very soon to plan your last few lessons for teaching practice. You've heard it straight from the students. They're currently in their 3rd year, and that is their experience that they've shared. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope you will agree with me that the future of education looks bright after having heard from these teachers in Becoming, as they navigate their educational journey and the incredible challenges that exist within the larger education ecosystem. Now, apart from staff who support your educational journey, we also have dedicated students who go above and beyond to provide you with support, social opportunities, and ways to connect with surrounding communities through student-led initiatives and events. With me, I have Marcel and Emma, who are part of the student leadership structure at the Faculty of Education. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you.
So Emma, we'll start with you. Please tell us a little bit about the ESC and what your role has been over the past few years.
Sure. Thank you for the question. So I'm Emma. I'm the Vice Chair of the Education Student Committee, and we are comprised of numerous portfolios, but mainly we focus on social impact, student wellness, student relations, and then we also go on to have some social events and fundraising. And this is a cumulative committee within the faculty. We comprise of first years all the way to 4th years, as well as a PGCE portfolio. And the reason we have all those different kinds of representation is to allow for every single year within the student body to feel like they have a voice. But more so, we also look after the class reps, and I think that's where my role really comes in terms of liaising between all class reps and the ESC, so that they can bring it to the ESC and really feel like their voice is heard. Often this can help in times of COVID, where we really didn't have access to lecturers in the same way that we are able to when we are on campus, but also, and I think more importantly, when we want to raise something that is expressing to the students' concern, like if they are having lecturer issues, but also if they are wanting to be grateful for wonderful lecturers that we do have in our faculty. So there are negative but positive attributes to this part of our faculty, and I think it's really important so that our students can have a place to raise their concerns.
Marcel, so Emma mentioned the social impact portfolio, and I know that you've been greatly involved in that portfolio, having started some of those initiatives for the time that I've been at the Faculty of Education. So please highlight a few of those for us, and also tell us how it's contributed to how you see education and being a teacher.
Vir my as onderwyser in wording is sosiale impak regtig 'n groot rol, want daagliks in 'n klaskamer of in 'n skoolomgewing word onderwysers uitgedaag met sosiale kwessies, en hierdie span gee jou regtig daai blootstelling om te weet soos watter inisiatief kan jy neem. Byvoorbeeld as jy in 'n skool stap en daar is sosiale uitdagings, dan het jy ten minste daai praktiese voorkennis van hoe om inisiatief te neem en die probleem aan te pak.
Absoluut. So Marcel, jy lig uit vir ons dat jy is 'n onderwyser in 'n spesifieke gemeenskap, en deel van sosiale impak is dan nou om jou bloot te stel aan die tipe gemeenskappe wat ons in gaan wees as onderwysers. Baie dankie. Emma, please share with us a little bit about the mentor initiative in the faculty, because although social impact is of course very noble to do, we are first and foremost here for our academics. So how does the ESC, through the mentorship program in the faculty, assist students with their support?
Sure. So like I spoke about earlier, we have different portfolios within the ESC, and one of those big portfolios is student relations. Student relations looks after the mentorship program, and this enables every single first year, as well as PGCEs at their discretion, to have a mentor. I think this mentorship program is really, really fundamental to having a holistic experience within the faculty. It allows for first years to feel like they immediately have someone to go to, a confidant, if you will, who they can ask academic questions, but also personal questions to navigate the space that is first year, because it is overwhelming and really, really a different sphere of life to anything they have looked at before. Having that mentor really enables them to not only learn from themselves and the group they are in, but from a senior that has gone through the ranks in the faculty and wants to show them a little bit of the ropes.
Excellent. And speaking of seniors who have gone through the ranks, Marcel, you are at your final year, you're just finishing your final teaching practice. What advice do you have for someone who's really just beginning this pre-service teacher journey?
So inderdaad, die laaste kwartaal amper. Advies wat ek vir onderwysers in wording sal gee wat hierdie proses of stap nou sal neem in hulle lewe is dat dit moet eerstens jou passie wees. Dit kan regtig waar nie jou ouers of voogtes se besluit wees nie, want dit is jou passie wat vir jou gaan dra deur daai lang nagte of as studies net bietjie moeilik raak, dan gaan dit daai passie wees, die laaste stukkie wat in jou is vir jou om hoogtes te bereik. Dan tweedens sal ek sê jy moet regtig waar oop is om te leer en te groei. Ons is regtig bevoorreg by Universiteit Stellenbosch met alle geleenthede wat vir ons aangebied word. So stel jou bloot aan nuwe dinge sodat jy uitstap by die universiteit as 'n holistiese individu en reg is vir die werkplek. Dan ook laastens sal ek sê, gryp geleenthede aan. Op kampus het ons kort kursusse wat aangebied word. Jy kan deel wees van komitees en selfs ontmoet nuwe mense, want dit is jou netwerk as jy uitstap by die universiteit.
Absolutely. Baie dankie julle twee. Thank you so much for joining us. You now have a bird's eye view of the support that's provided at the Faculty of Education at Stellenbosch University, and we do hope that these students have inspired you to take that step and to join us in 2023. The first year transition is a unique part of the university journey. Here to tell us more, we have Joy Peterson, a student affairs professional who uses research to help us understand the development of students. This particular one is also for the parents. Welcome, Joy. Thank you for joining us. Won't you tell us a little bit more about your role on campus and how it is that you support first-year students?
Thank you for having me. I'm going to start off by saying that when students and people ask me about my role at campus, I usually refer to the sophisticated structures and systems that Stellenbosch University has in place to help students adjust and transition between high school and university. So what I essentially do is I help those students in those structures in terms of student leadership and peer mentors by really designing what it is that they will be doing in terms of their training and development. I implement and really just ensure that these students are I want to say getting ready to actually be able to facilitate the transition and adjustment of the new first-year students.
Joy, as a student affairs professional, you use research-backed methods to understand these transitions of first-year students. What have you learned about their transition and what should parents particularly take note of?
So yes, as a university, I think it was important to approach, how we are going to train our students for the experience that the first years are going to get in research. I think as a university intensive research, which Stellenbosch University is, we do need to take our cue from previous practitioners that have researched and investigated what the experiences of first years are. So essentially, we have resonated as a university very strongly with the research on the different phases that students go through. And those phases are termed variously as the honeymoon phase, the culture shock, the initial adjustment, and then, finally setting in. I think what was unique for Stellenbosch University is that we found that students go through various highs and lows. These processes are not necessarily linear, they are iterative, and we find that some students can start with a honeymoon phase, but others actually start with a culture shock. So it was important for us to use the right language and terminology to be able to help students and for them also to be able to help the newcomers.
Excellent, thank you. So Joy, I was the first person in my family to come to university, and oftentimes my parents didn't necessarily know how to support me, even though they really, really wanted to. What advice can you give to caregivers or parents to support their students during the first year journey?
So I too was a first generation student when I started, and I know as a parent that students don't tell their parents what is happening and what's really going on. And I think as a parent now, I would say you have to have a relationship with your student child at university. And that relationship needs to be an honest one. When they are telling you about all the exciting things that's going on, implore them to also tell you about the difficulties that they are experiencing. I think having a relationship with your parents is crucial to this journey. And they are the people that we are going to go to when something goes wrong. So yeah, I'm really going to implore parents to have good relations, and if it's not in place yet, really put it in place. It's essential for the journey. I cannot say that enough.
Thank you. So, of course, you support students quite a bit on campus, but you too are currently a PhD student. And I just wanted you to share a little bit of insights with students who aren't necessarily traditional students. So that would be students who come from work experience, who are now coming for a teaching qualification, or perhaps even students that have taken a gap year. So what advice do you have for students who are maybe a bit older, who are starting their journey at a very different phase of their life?
So for me, I think timing was everything. I did my degree when I was very young. I changed from a business degree to education, and I think I've really found education to be my special place. But I think most importantly is to infuse your learnings all the time with experience. So don't study, from 18 years old to 25 or 26. And maybe the word is not don't, but I would implore people really to infuse whatever it is that they're doing in theory with experience so that they are learning experientially as well. I think as a non-traditional student now, the key for me was really surrounding myself with like-minded people, people that was really excited about what it is that they were doing, people that energized me. And I think I found in those people the ones that was encouraging me to take it further, that studies doesn't need to stop at a particular time for anyone. And I really valued that. I valued that input, and I valued that advice. And so I'm finding myself 50 plus doing a PhD.
Absolutely. And she's also inspired me to do one next year. Thank you for joining us during this event. We hope that the insights that have been shared will help you to make a decision about choosing Stellenbosch University's Faculty of Education. We'd like to assist in your development so that you can become the teachers that this country so desperately needs. Thank you.